everyone, welcome back to our Flex and Flow challenge today. We're going to start off with a 15-minute full body workout, working all the major muscle groups. We're going to rotate 30 seconds per exercise, hitting the major muscle groups. And as we rotate through, each round, we're going to switch up a different exercise to work that same major muscle group. So we're going to do that for 15 minutes, and then we're going to take a quick little break, switch up the mats, and then finish off with our full body Vinyasa flow to basically recharge, regenerate, and renew the body after we get in this full body workout. So let's get started. We're going to start off with some push-ups. It's a beautiful day out. We got the sun shining today. Still a little breeze, a little chilly. Well, that's all right. The sun is shining and all is good. Starting down there, push-ups. Make sure you can either do your modified push-ups on your knees. Just make sure your chest goes between your hands. Keep that back straight. Pull that belly button towards your spine to support that lower back. You don't want your butt up in the air. You don't want your back dipping down. So make sure that we're doing these correctly. So we're going to start off with 30 seconds of push-ups as we go through. And start. Just make sure you're breathing through the motion. Slowly going through it. Maintain a proper form. And you're halfway through. You got 15 seconds. We're working our upper body, our chest, pectoralis major. Some triceps on this as well. You take your hands a little bit further out. You work a little more of the chest here. And then we're going to do the plank twist where you're driving the opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Working those obliques. Got 15 more seconds. We're going to do a chair squat, balance with the sumo squat. So sitting down, feet together, chair squat, and then jumping out to a sumo squat. Back and forth. Keep that chest up. Make sure those knees don't go over those toes. Land lightly. If you have any knee or back issues, just take the bounding out of it. Then I want to try our next exercise on our backs. Do the bicycle crunch. Sorry. Some stuff over here. Working all the abs on this one. Pull the knees up, works the lower abs. Coming up with our hands around our neck. Alternating knees. So you work the upper abs, the lower abs, and the obliques. And switching up. We're going to do some high knees. You can take the bounding out. You can just do gentle, a little bit higher, a little bit faster. Or just keep them going. Really driving those knees up. About 10 more seconds. And then back to the top. We're going to do a push-up with a rotation. So going down your push-up, coming up, rotating up. Alternating hands. And this time we're going to go into our plank. Doing knee touches. Driving that knee into that elbow. We're going to alternate. Start feeling the thumb in your abs as you pull that knee up. Support that lower back anytime you're in a plank. Maintain a flat back. And last one. We're getting back up during jack squats. Popping down, send those feet out, toes up slightly. Alternating the hands, keeping that chest up. Sitting back in that squat. And then back to the mat for a Russian twist. Really working those abs. If you have balance, keep those feet up. If you need a little more balance, you feel unbalanced, keep the heels down. And then rotating side to side. Really crunching those obliques. If you have a weight handy, you can add a weight to this, a little more added resistance. And then we're going to do the skater. Send the left foot back and alternate back and forth. Once again, when you take that bounce out, just slow it down. Do a few more seconds here. We're back to the top. Back to the top, we're doing push-ups. We're gonna do 5 push-ups in a row, and then hold for 5 seconds in the down position. Okay, situate here. So you're going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come down and hold body close off the ground. We're gonna do that for 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Do 5 more push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down and hold 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. Coming into our planks. We're gonna do plank up and downs. Alternating arms down to the elbows and forearms. Pull that belly button towards your spine. Try to keep the back level. Align the wrist, elbows, and shoulders. Got a few more seconds. And then we're back up. Now we're just doing regular jump squats, sitting down into that squat and bounding up. Keep that chest up. Light landing. You can do hips just slightly wider, or legs, feet slightly wider than hip distance. Then we're going to switch around, do some froggers. Hands on the mat, on the ground, jumping up to the outside of your hands and then back. Just back and forth. Going back to the top. Start with just our regular push-ups. Got 10 more seconds. Work that lower back. And then coming up straight to our plank twist. Driving the opposite knee to the elbow. Ten more seconds to go. Support that lower back. Driving those knees up. Think about crunching those abs as you pull those knees up. So we're going to alternate from our chair to sumo squat. Feet together. Sit back in that chair. Out to a sumo squat. Last one. We're down to our bicycle crunch. We're getting all the abs here. Rest the head in your hands, knees up, and alternating. Slow and controlled. Moving through the motion slower and more controlled. Really keeps the muscles isolated and under that contraction. As opposed to just trying to speed right through it. Come up, 5 more seconds. And then coming up, coming back to our high knees. Whichever form you want them in. Lower, a little more exaggerated, just high pace. Then back to the mats. We're going to do our push-ups with the rotation. Coming down, lifting that arm. Alternating sides. Breathing through the motion. Having fun through the movement. We'll wave to everybody. And then over to the bushes. And then bounce. Out. And then coming up, the knee touches for our plank. Driving that knee into the same elbow. Now, up for our jack squats. Touching the ground, send those feet out. Lightly touching. Alternating hands. Okay, about 5 more seconds. 2 and 1. And then up to our Russian twist. Working our obliques here. Find that balance. Whether feet on the ground or feet up. Rotating side to side. Yep, 3, 2, 1. Then we're doing our skier. Send that leg behind and alternate. It's like an exaggerated curtsy lunge. about 10 more seconds. Then we're in our last round to finish up our first 15 minutes of our flex and flow. Come out, we're gonna do our push up and hold. And down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, 5 push-ups, down and hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. 1. Oh, that's all we have for that one. Or 30 seconds. And then plank up downs. Coming our planks, alternating down to our elbows, forearms. Keep those forearms parallel when you go down. About 5 more minutes. Or seconds, sorry. All right, and now to our jump squats. Send that butt back. Keep those knees from going over the toes. Feet about just slow. Widen the hip distance. Press it up, do this. Let's engage the glutes. Got 5 more seconds. There we go. We're going on some leg raises, the flutter kick. Coming up, a little tilt, coming down, and 5 flutter kicks. 3, 4, 5, and then back up. Lower and down, flutter kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up. And back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Slowly lower and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up like that works the lower abs. You got to really control it using all your stomach. Control that core. Keep the feet off the ground. The lower down you go, the better it is. The more you keep that muscle under contraction. And then our last one, our froggers. Hands on the ground, kicking those feet up and back. Support that back as you go back. Okay, 5 more seconds. And that is it for the flex part. Our first 15 minutes. Over and done. I'm going to switch up mats here. Right, so welcome back. We just finished our flex part and got our mat set up for the yoga. So now we are going to start our 15 minutes of our Vinyasa flow to help loosen the body up, stretch it out. We just work all the major muscles. Now it's a good time to loosen them all up, elongate those muscles so that it reduces soreness and hopefully potentially some stiffness and injuries along the way, along with just connecting our breath to the movement, relaxing, renewing. It's always great to renew, restore the body. That's where we get to repair and replenish our bodies as well as our minds. So come to the tops of our mats. Elongating up through that spine, evenly distributing the weight amongst all corners of your feet. The big toe, the pinky toe, the heel, the outer edge of your foot. You bring your feet closer together. If you feel like you need a little more base and support, you take your feet a little bit further out. Really focusing on that breath, listening to you fully inhale and then fully exhaling. About the intentions we set for the day. We just worked our bodies. Now it's time to relax And then you taking a big deep breath in. Inhale and arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can inhale and arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Maintain that flat back. Bring your hands towards the mat and they're standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Once again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Place your hands on the mat, so back the right foot. Dropping that right knee to the mat, pressing the top of that right foot. I'm going to try a low lunge. Coming up, maybe tucking the hips up underneath, elongate, connecting the spine to the tailbone. Inhale, arms up overhead. Maybe taking the gaze towards the hands, pressing to the top of that right foot. My foot's cramping up a little. Exhale, hands down, frame that front left foot. Untuck the right toes. Send the left foot back to meet the right to downward facing dog. Maybe find a little movement here, pedaling the feet. Stretching out those arches. Loosening up the ankles. Stretching the calves. Inhale as you exhale. Step forward the right foot. Drop that left knee to the mat. Inhale up, tucking the hips up underneath. Inhale and arms up overhead. Taking the gaze up towards the mat or towards the sky. Exhale, hands down. Turn that front left foot or right foot. Untuck the left toes and send the right foot back once again to meet the left. And then here for downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide like starfish. Pressing down through your heels and send your hips towards the sky. Inhale as you exhale, bring that left knee towards your head and towards that left knee. And then inhale, left leg up and over towards your right as you look underneath your left arm. Inhale as you exhale, bring that left foot back down to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right foot, knee towards your head. Maintain a flexion in that right foot. Inhale, leg up over to the left. You should look underneath the right arm for a three-legged dog. Inhale, send the right foot back down to the left. Inhale as you come forward, dropping to the knees, slowly lowering down all the way to the mat. Keeping your hands by your chest. Inhale as you lift your head and your heart up, coming into cobra pose. Strong back, pressing through the tops of your thighs, keeping the shoulders down and roll back. And then exhale back down. Once again, inhale up to cobra, become a little higher this time. And finding a little movement there. And then exhale back down. Come to your toes, pressing through your hands to your power pose, up to plank. Maybe rocking forward some. Slowly on a chaturanga, hug the elbows to your ribs. And then coming in to upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale as you exhale, step forward with the left foot. Grounding out through the right heel and coming up into our high lunge. Inhale and arms up overhead. Inhale as you exhale, rotating towards that left side. Sending the right hand out front, left hand out back. Inhale, arms straight up. Maybe taking the gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, hand turn that foot from the left back to the right. Inhale as you exhale, bring the left or right foot up. Turn up to a high lunge. Finding that balance. Inhale and arms up overhead. Press it out through that heel of the left foot. Inhale as you elongate. Exhale, rotating. Send the left hand out, right hand back to the right. Back. Inhale, arms up to center. Then exhale, hands down, frame that front right foot. Inhale as you exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Once again, coming forward to our plank, either regular or modified. Slowly lowering chaturanga, squeezing those elbows by your hand or by your ribs. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Either maintaining the downward dog or maybe coming back for another vinyasa flow. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale and upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale as you exhale. Step forward the left foot. Rotate that right heel towards the mat. Coming up. Pulling the left heel back. Right heel or right hip forward. Sending arms up overhead. Taking your gaze towards the sky. Opening the hips, coming down to warrior two. Hinging at the hips. Exhale to reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Hinging at the hips, coming into our side angle pose. Create a straight line all the way from this right fingertips to the outer edge of that right foot. You can even take the hand all the way down towards the mat. Taking the gaze up towards those right fingertips. Slowly rolling that right arm back as you pull that left thigh back, coming into our triangle pose. Taking the gaze up towards those right fingertips. Bending that front left leg, coming back to warrior two. Windmill the hands down. Bring the front left foot, send it back, downward dog. Inhale as you exhale, step forward the right foot, rotate that left heel towards the mat. Coming up to our warrior one. On the left hip forward, right hip back. And then arms up overhead to our warrior one. Grounding through the outer edge of that left foot. Aligning that right heel with the right or left arch. Inhale to exhale. Dig deeper in that lunge. Sending the right hand out front. Warrior two, taking your gaze over those right fingertips. Hinging at the hips. Up to reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Let the hips come to side angle pose. Maybe just keeping that elbow on that right knee. Or taking the hand all the way down. Taking the gaze up towards those left fingertips. Slowly rolling that left hand around, pulling that right thigh back into a triangle pose. Taking that front right knee, going back to warrior two. Windmill on the hands down, frame that front right foot. Send the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale as you exhale, bring that left knee towards your head. And then inhale that left leg all the way up and over the three-legged dog. Inhale as you exhale, bring that left knee to the outside of that left arm. And then send that left leg back up and over. This time we're going to bring that left knee to the outer edge of that right elbow. Send the left foot out, come into our tilted triangle. Send the right hand up, taking the gaze towards the sky. Bring the right hand back down, send the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, exhale, bring that right knee towards your head. Then inhale that right leg up and over towards the left, looking underneath your right arm. Inhale as you exhale, this time bring that right elbow or right knee to the outside of that right elbow. Then inhale the right leg up, over towards the left. And then finally bring that right knee to the outer edge of that left elbow. Sending that right foot out, rolling over to our tilted triangle. And bringing the left hand back to meet the right. Coming back to downward facing dog. Inhale to exhale. Come forward to plank. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Once again, come forward to plank. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Squeeze those elbows by your side. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Either walking up or maybe jumping. Bend your knees, looking between your hands. Jumping forward. To standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Once again, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale down. Reverse one leg up to mountain. Inhale, arms up overhead. Come turn and face you. Clasping your fingers, pressing your palms towards the ceiling. Maybe doing a slight back bend. Coming up to center, grounding through that right foot, slowly leaning over to that left side. Breathing in deep to your right. Inhale to center. Exhale over. Inhale back to center. Taking a wider stance on the mat. Pointing your toes out to the edges. Maybe placing your hands on your hips, slowly lowering down. Okay. Folding over towards the mat, letting gravity do its thing. Maybe clasping your elbows, letting your head hang. Maybe place some hands on the mat. Placing your left hand towards the center of the mat. Slowly lowering, lifting that right hand towards the sky. Bringing the right hand back down. Inhaling the left hand up towards the sky. And bring the left hand back to me. Now they're coming up, maybe placing hands back on your hips. Slowly coming up to standing. Maybe heel toe the feet in. We're going to come back to the tops of our mats. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hand down. Standing forward fold. Inhale as you exhale. Step back with your right foot. Dropping that right knee again. Press the top of that right foot. Bringing both hands to the inside for our lizard lunge. Maybe sinking down towards your elbows. Elongating through the hips, out through the hips. If you have a block, you just see my elbows are not actually on the ground touching. So if I'd actually brought my block, or if you have a towel or something, you can fold it up, place it underneath those elbows. Squeezing that left leg into your elbow. Coming up, bring that front left foot, untuck the right toes, send the left foot back. Inhale as you exhale, send the right foot forward, dropping that left knee, press to the top of that left foot. Knees flowing on my mat. Bring the elbows to the inside of that right foot. And sink down towards your elbows. Elongating out through the hips and through the spine and the top of your head. Come back up, bring that front right foot. Untuck the toes, send the right foot back to me. Then bring that left your head. Inhale that left knee up and over towards the right. This one, so bring the left knee down. Place the left shin on the mat for a pigeon lunge. Walking that right leg back. So just slide back then. And then walking the hands out in front. Doing a nice deep stretch. Breathing in deep. Breathing in wherever you feel it tighten. And slowly exhaling. Pressing through, coming back to a slight back bend. Untucking the toes. Sending that left foot back to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right knee towards your head towards that right knee. Send it up towards the sky, over towards the left. And then bring that right knee to the mat. Pull it up some. Walking the left foot out, come to a slight back bend. And then walk the hands out in front. Back to a slight back bend. Take the left toes, some of the right to meet the left. Ground into those heels, pedaling the feet. Inhale, we're going to drop to the knees, cross the feet, sit behind. Center feet out in front, first staff pose, flexing those feet, pulling those toes back towards your shin. Sitting up tall, as if someone's pulling a string through the top of your head, throughout the spine. And then bring the feet together for cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. exhale, reaching for those feet. Inhale up, and feet back together. Send the right foot out, bring the left foot in. Inhale as you exhale, reaching towards that right foot. Don't feel bad. You might be up here, you might be down here, you might have your hips flat against your leg. Just want to go until you feel a slight tension. You don't want to be shaking or grimacing. If you feel that, you need to back off the stretch a little bit. And then bring a little right foot in, extending the left. Maintaining that flexion in those feet. Inhale as you exhale, reaching over. Sitting up, bring both feet together again for cobbler's pose. Send the right foot out, bring the left foot up for our cradle the baby. Left arm under that left thigh, wrapped around the bottom of that foot, taking our right arm, reaching it around, sitting up through that spine. You don't want to arch the back out, you want to sit up straight and tall. So you might not be able to get this foot, this arm, the right arm all the way around. Send that left foot out, bring the right foot up, taking the right arm underneath that right calf and around the foot, and then bring the left hand around. Cradling that baby. So this is what we call a toe head. Right, and then send that right foot out. Slowly lowering down to the mat. Extending the legs, connecting with that breath, letting your body just fully relax, coming into our Shavasana. Our final resting pose as we finish this flex and flow class. Breathing in deep, maybe closing your eyes. Letting the body sink onto the mat. Scanning the body for any tightness or tension, breathing in deep to those areas. And then as you fully exhale, allowing those areas to relax and release. Continue to quiet your mind. And stay in the Shavasana, or the final resting pose, as long as you would like, to fully rejuvenate and renew your body and your mind before you get your day going. Thank you for joining me today for our Flex and Flow, and I look forward to seeing you back for more classes. Namaste. Slowly bring your awareness and attention back, maybe bending the knees, pushing your feet on the mat, and then rolling over to come to a sitting position. Once again, I thank you for joining me today for a Flex and Flow, and look forward to seeing you back again.